give it a second.
She's involved in cheerleading, track, class council, and dance, and hopes to enter college studying elementary education. Sarah Matthews and Doug Fink. Junior attendant this evening, Miss Kristen Burton. And she is escorted by Mr. Josh Ryder. Busy guy. Kristen is the daughter of Greg and Linda Burton. She's involved in cheerleading, junior class council. She hopes to graduate high school and attend college. Kristen Burton and her escort, Josh Ryder. And now our senior candidates, starting with Sarah Barbo. Tomorrow night, Sarah will be escorted by Justin Beck. Sarah is the daughter of Dave and Tanya Barbo. She's involved in tennis, track, class council president, and student council vice president. Miss Sarah Barbo, escorted by Doug. Next we have Miss Jamie Zimmerman. Tomorrow night will be escorted by Jacob Cronin. Tonight being escorted by the very busy Josh Ryder. Jamie is the daughter of Steve Zimmerman and Ross and Sheila Egbrecht. She is involved in the dance team for the past 4 years and will major in elementary education. Miss Jamie Zimmerman. Next we have Ann Ward. Tomorrow night, Ann will be escorted by Mr. Danny Short. Helping out this evening, the talented Doug Fink. Ann is the daughter of Bill and Kathy Ward. She's in National Honor Society, basketball, and a member of class council. Hopes to attend college to study law. Miss Ann Ward. Next this evening, we have Miss Megan Lewis. Megan is being escorted by Mr. Patrick Taper. Megan is the daughter of Dave and Paula Lewis. She has been active in music and theater. Will be playing the part of Annabelle in the upcoming play George Washington Slept Here. Is also a member of class council and National Honor Society. She will major in fine arts and music education. Megan Lewis and Pat Taper. And our final candidate this evening is Miss Mary Elliott. Mary is being escorted by Brian Stagg. Mary is the daughter of Don and Nancy Elliott. She's involved in girls basketball, class council, and student council. She plans on breaking Miss Beth Bridgewater's rebounding record and attending college majoring in elementary education. Mary Elliott and Brian Stagg. Let's have a nice hand for all these ladies and gentlemen out here this evening. The coronation will be tomorrow evening at the homecoming dance around 10 to 10:30 tomorrow evening. While we did not have a homecoming
Okay, well, we're back here just as halftime ends. This is Brett Beecham. I'm here with one of our
Next we have Lisa DePauw. Lisa is the daughter of Kathy and Verna DePauw of Jerseyville. Next this evening we have Katie Nolson. Katie is the daughter of Mrs. Jody Basola and Mr. Kerry Nolson, both of Jerseyville. Christy Pitzeris. Christy is the daughter of Scott and Anita Pitzeris of Jerseyville. Heidi Evans. Heidi is the daughter of Dave and Susie Evans of Jerseyville. Rob French. Rob is the son of Jim and Susan French of Jerseyville. Next we have Amy Yates. She is the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. William Yates of Grafton. Ann Randolph. Ann is the daughter of David and Candace Randolph of Jerseyville. Next we have Josh Sharrock. Josh is the son of Joe and Julie Sharrock of Jerseyville. Next this evening, Chris and Matt Callowell. They are the sons of Mr. and Mrs. Jack Callowell of Jerseyville. Carrie Baber. She is the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Jerry Baber of Jerseyville. Stephanie Jensen. She is the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Grant Jensen of Jerseyville. Next we have Zach Holtz. Zach is the son of Mr. and Mrs. Kevin Holtz of Jerseyville. Amber Castleton. Amber is the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Darrell Castleton of Jerseyville. Next this evening we have Brent Frazier. He is the son of Mr. and Mrs. Jim Frazier of Dow. Next, Mr. Brian Barrett. He is the son of Mr. and Mrs. William Barrett of Jerseyville. Dana Kuhnlein. Dana is the daughter of Mr. Dan Kuhnlein of Jerseyville. Next is Kyle Thomas. He is the son of Mr. and Mrs. Roger Thomas of Jerseyville. Nathan Potter. Nathan is the son of Mr. and Mrs. Rocky Potter of Jerseyville. Next is Tom Thompson. Tom is the son of Mr. and Mrs. Bill Thompson of Jerseyville. Next, we have Joan and Jane Brockman. They are the daughters of Joe and Janet Brockman. Next this evening, Addie Beiser. Addie is the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Bill Beiser of Jerseyville. Next we have Kenny Davis. Kenny is the son of Mr. and Mrs. Kenneth Davis of Godfrey. Next we have Mr. Brian Stack. Brian is the son of Mrs. Sandra Stack of Elsa. And Mr. Chris Steinkühler. Chris is the son of Mr. and Mrs. Ron Steinkühler of Jerseyville. One other senior band member that we have is Alex Steininger. He is an exchange student from Germany who is in Arkansas this weekend. Next we have our three seniors involved with the Panther Television. First, Jen DeShirlia. Jen is the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Joseph DeShirlia of Jerseyville. Misty Painter. She is the daughter of Miss Virginia Painter of Granite City. And Mr. Ryan Schneider. Ryan is the son of Mr. and Mrs. Robert Schneider of Jerseyville. Now our senior cheerleaders this evening. First, Amanda Stumpy. Amanda is the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. David Stumpy of Jerseyville. And Erin Tapin. Erin is the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Denny Tapin of Godfrey. Now our senior football players. We have Mr. Justin Beck. Justin is the son of Mr. and Mrs. Jeff Beck of Jerseyville. Scott Baird is Once again, let's have a nice hand for our 1998 JCHS Marching Panthers. We wish them best of luck tomorrow in their competition and hope that you'll stick around and keep cheering the Panthers on to another MVC victory.
All right, folks, great show by the JCHS Marching Panthers. That band is led by Cliff Kaminsky. Congratulations to them on that first place finish at the Beardstown Parade. And I'm Brett Beecham, and I'm up here with the head of maintenance in the Jersey Community Unit School District number 100, Mr. Dennis Williams. Dennis, welcome up to the booth.
Thank you, Brett.
Dennis, of course, was a former Panther great running back. Had quite a nice career here when you were in high school, huh?
Well, it's been a few years back.
And of course, your son, also a former Panther great. How's John doing?
John's doing fine. He's married now.
All right.
Looking forward to some grandkids.
All righty. Well, I tell you, Dennis, one of the reasons we have him up here, folks, is of all the many hours that Dennis has put into this facility. And Dennis, are you happy with the way it's turned out?
It's turning out great. We still got a few things to go. Got a new scoreboard coming. Hopefully it'll be here by playoff time, and eventually maybe some permanent bleachers on the visitor side.
Okay.
But everything seems to be coming together. Plenty of help.
Yeah, I tell you, it seemed like the community really had an outpouring of volunteer work. I know you guys spent a lot of hours up here after the workday, and you had plenty of help, right?
All kinds of help. Lots of times we have guys just standing in line.
How many hours do you think I mean, give us a rough ballpark estimate of how many hours it probably took to make this place what it looks like today. Can you even make a guess
Oh,
at
probably
it?
a good 1,000 man-hours.
1,000 man-hours?
At least. That's just volunteer help, too.
What type of, how difficult is the upkeep on this facility week in and week out?
Larry Spears works at least 3 days a week on the facility, and sometimes more, and he needs help once in a while.
Well, how do you like your job here in the district, being head maintenance man? We see you every once in a while at the high school, and it seems like they keep you pretty busy, huh?
They keep me real busy, and I love my job, and I've got a great boss in Mr. Don Snyder's.
Yeah, I think Mr. Snyder's really, he deserves a tip of the cap on his vision on this facility. He really did a heck of a job, didn't he?
He does a real good job, and a lot of times you work for somebody, but you also work with Mr. Snyder's. He's right beside you.
Yeah, from what I understand, every time everyone was out here working, there was never a time that Mr. Snyder's wasn't out here lending a helping hand himself.
He's usually the first one here.
Well, I tell you what, folks, Dennis Williams deserves a whole lot of credit. He's a very selfless individual who gives his time all the time to make all of us in the district look good. So, Dennis, from everybody, thanks a lot.
Thank
you're
you.
a great asset to the district, and appreciate all your hard work.
$47.77
All right, I'm going
to some of the pack officers.
We've got about
Janice
3 minutes
Mary.
before the second half kickoff. That was Dennis. Yeah, you did. Oh, okay. Yeah. Roger Horning and Brian Brown. I'll see you in just a second.
Thank you, Brett. We had our headsets off there, and we were a little slow as we watched the boys do their halftime stretching, getting ready for this last